Hi, today I want to talk to you about some different options for watercolor, because watercolor comes in very many different forms. You've probably seen watercolor in a tube or watercolor in a pan that comes in a little set of watercolor pans, and there's also watercolor markers and watercolor sticks that are like little crayon sticks, all sorts of different ways. And another way is this delicious little thing that I found a while ago called Color Burst. So this is watercolor powder. It's deadly because the pigment is so strong. It's just about pure pigment in powder form that is like dust that you can sprinkle in. Have a look at how you use this. So I'll show you what I've got going in my little journal here. I've been drawing and painting in some gorgeous little baby elephants, and I'm about to put some beautiful Japanese washi tape along here somehow, I think, but I want to just get some color in around the edges of these little baby elephants. So this stuff is very, very strong. This is a fuchsia color, this one. I'm thinking of putting fuchsia around the outside of these elephants here. But I'll show you how it works with just on normal paper. It's good to have a spray bottle because that gets the end result quite nice. It's very fine little nozzle here, but you've got to watch out because this dust goes everywhere and it's almost invisible. You have to treat this like deadly invisible glitter. So once you get water on it, you can then immediately see the color. Is very strong, and you can see that it's also all over this tabletop here. So I'm going to just cover my table with a bit of paper. You can just mush around a bit of that wetness with a brush if you want to, and that's what I've done in the background of these pages here. Some of this beautiful color burst coloring is in the backgrounds here. So I'll set aside this. I just want to also show you in this tip that you can actually wet normal sketch paper. This is just a normal little visual diary. Got to watch out because this water will actually push the pigment around all over the tabletop as well. So you can see it's coming through the little baby elephant here as well, which we may or may not care about. And I'm just going to put a little bit of water into this tub, which is this lid. There's my little water pot in an emergency, and start pushing some of this color around. This is called fuchsia, this color. So I'll just start pushing this around. So you can use watercolor paint on normal sketch paper, so long as you don't put too much liquid on the paper. You've got to always try and keep it really thin. So that's the trick. See these lovely techniques, lovely sort of effects that are happening all around here. I might just put another little dab down here, being very careful, just a few grains, and it turns into this crazy hot pink madness. The trouble with the spray is sometimes it just blasts the pigment across to places where you don't necessarily want it to go. But if you keep this liquid fairly thin on this surface, there's a little bit of spray across this elephant, but I quite like that. It's just an interesting effect. Down the bottom here I'm not so worried because I'm going to put my washi tape across the bottom there. So washi tape is just beautiful, thin, decorative Japanese design tape that you can use in journals or on the outside of journals. So I also use it for separating or gluing together pages. So if I've got two pages and I want to join them back to back, then I use washi tape along the edge of the two pages, and then it becomes one page instead of having the two separate ones there. There's just one page to turn over with the washi tape right along the edge there. So I'm going to plan to use this decoratively in here somehow. across the bottom of this page. So that's how you use a new sort of watercolor medium. It's a still watercolor medium, but it's in a totally different form. This is a beautiful purple color. You don't want too much. This is a very strong dark one, this one, so I might just slop on some water straight away. You can see how rich it is. I try and use it very rich down the bottom more than up the top so that it's more like sky. It's already soaked into the paper. So it's got a bit of a hard edge there, but do we care? No, this is a journal where we're just playing around, so it doesn't matter. Another little tiny dot over this side to balance it up. Ooh, that wasn't a very tiny dot. Wait till you see this one come out. Hey, this will be strong. I don't want his little tail to disappear too much. Zap around the outside of there and just come up with some water up the top. Gorgeous! Look at the beautiful effects. Isn't that delicious? The sort of yummy effects that you can get. So that will go very nicely into my journal somewhere about there, I think. Once it's dry, I'll glue them in. So there you go. So lots more tips and tricks over at zenartart.com and lots of delicious learning over there as well. Thanks for watching.